Red Dead Redemption Online multiplayer. Well, not just Red Dead Redemption multiplayer, we have Undead Nightmare multiplayer in 2025. Yes, the Undead Nightmare DLC actually had its own multiplayer mode, which was actually a lot of fun and was an amazing experience. If you ever played it back in the day, you would know that it was really something special. It pretty much took Undead Nightmare and turned it into a co-op wave survival mode. Supported up to 4 players. In this gameplay, I only was able to find one other person, and it was someone who was actually a subscriber of my channel. So, yeah, I guess that indicates that it's not really active too much in 2025. It was pretty hard. I remember when I made the 2024 video to find people, I basically just took people from the regular multiplayer, like recent players in Red Dead Redemption, and just spammed a bunch of invites until people actually joined. So, it hasn't really been that active in a very long time, but the servers still work on the Xbox and PlayStation 3. That's the thing, though, that you guys need to keep in mind, is that if you have the PC version, or if you have the Nintendo Switch, or PlayStation 4 slash PlayStation 5 version, multiplayer was not part of those versions of the game. So there is no multiplayer whatsoever in Red Dead Redemption for those platforms. So in order to be able to play, you have to have it on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and also the Xbox One, Series S, and Series X, which is playable via backwards compatibility. It's playing the original 360 version. So that's the most important thing to know if you're interested in playing this in 2025, is that chances are you probably can't based off of the version that you have. I was obviously playing this on Xbox 360, well actually on Xbox One, but through the backwards compatibility. So that's definitely the easiest way to play, instead of, like, if you're on PlayStation 3, to have to dust up the old PS3, you know, you have to get that version instead of the current PS4, PS5 version. So it's definitely more convenient. If you're an Xbox player, you can just get it on the Xbox store, and you're good to go. You have it, and you can play online. And I strongly recommend that you do, especially if you already have it, and you never even tried the multiplayer. Definitely try it. It may take a little bit of work actually finding people to play. That's why I say, anyone in the comment section right now, drop your Xbox gamer tags right now, so that we can just add each other, and it'll be even easier to find games. Undead Nightmare multiplayer is actually one of my favorite online zombie experiences that I have ever had. Like, I'm not going to put it up against Left 4 Dead or Call of Duty Black Ops 1 zombies, but it's still pretty fucking good in its own right. It's actually very challenging because the rounds are on a timer, so you have to try to kill as many zombies as quickly as possible, which is not easy, obviously, as you get into later rounds, because they pretty much become bullet sponges, and they're really, really hard to kill. But it's a really nice, fun challenge, and it has, like, there's so much that this mode has to offer. It has a class-based system, it has different weapons that you pick up throughout the rounds, so there's a lot going on, and for a mode that was just kind of like just a side thing, it actually has a lot of content to offer. A lot of maps, obviously, because they were just taken from the base game and put into the multiplayer, so they didn't really have to do too much to make it good, but it just fucking works, man. It's just really, really, really good. I'll give some tips for you, though, if you're trying to play. Definitely get, like, the most balanced class, because the one with the shotgun at first is pretty good, but when there's a whole bunch of zombies coming at you, yeah, you don't want the close range class. You want to get the, I forget the one that it's called, but it's pretty much like it gives you a repeater rifle, a pistol. That's pretty much all you need. And then you'll notice that you have ammo crates that drop at the beginning of each round. You want to pick those up because it actually extends the time that you have. It adds a minute to the time clock on the top of the screen so that you get to play longer and you get to play more rounds pretty much. And also get more ammo for your weapons because those can run out pretty quickly when you're just shooting a bunch of zombies. So that's one thing. Also, there are weapon drops every 2 rounds. Make sure you pick those up because sometimes you get really good weapons. Sometimes you get shitty ones like the blunderbuss. That gun is fucking horrible. That shotgun, because it takes like literally like 20 seconds to reload it, and you're gonna die if you try to use that in zombies. And I would also recommend that you and your teammate are not too close to each other so you don't get overwhelmed. It's pretty easy for you guys to both kill different zombies at the same time, and it actually makes the round go faster, as opposed to you all just trying to, you know, get together and they all just come at the same time. But some of them spawn on the other side of the map, So sometimes you have to run all the way over there, and it wastes very valuable time. So just keep that in mind as well. The ammo crates are also useful, though, because you get undead bait, which you can throw the bait and they just run towards it, so you can just do whatever you want while they're distracted. I usually just use that, throw it, pick up the ammo crate, and then I just rinse and repeat. But you also get holy water, which it just drops like a fucking nuke on a whole bunch of the zombies. It's like lightning fucking hitting all of them. It's pretty crazy. It's just a bunch of explosions, and my frame rate goes to like 20 frames per second. It's pretty fucking cool. but overall, I'd recommend that you try this mode out at least once, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how much fun this really is. The thing that sucks, though, is that unlike the regular multiplayer, where, like, if you're in free roam, you know how they have co-op missions that you can play them solo, though. You can play them by yourself. You don't need a posse to play with. But unfortunately, in Undead Nightmare, you cannot solo. You have to have at least one other player with you. So if you can't find anyone, then you can't play, sadly. Which sucks, because I think it would be fun even in solo mode, but whatever. So yeah, that's Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare multiplayer in 2025. That was a mouthful right there. 15 years later, holy shit, I didn't even think about that. It was 2010. Oof, yeah, I'm really getting old, because I actually played this back when it was released. So, oh, man, the mortality. But yeah, I can't recommend this enough. Play it, you will love it, and you will thank me.